Hello everyone and welcome back to the My Team series and episode 2. In this one we are at every controller player's nightmare, Monaco. And with the new handling model being quite understeery, I think this could be a very difficult weekend for us, but hey, we'll see what we can do. Anyway, before we jump into it, I just want to say a massive thanks to everyone. We absolutely flew past 5,000 subs this week, which was just crazy to me. So if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe, and that is always massively appreciated. Right, so let's get straight into it. So we had our first, department event, I think is what they call them. And we had to choose between giving pace or awareness boost to our teammate PK. And this is pretty obvious for me. You go for pace because that massively affects their overall much more than awareness would. So yeah, if you have that opportunity, definitely take pace. And yeah, we also had some upgrades come through. What is that? The improved energy store. So that's the chassis side of stuff. And yeah, we're looking at possibly doing more upgrades, but I quickly found out we didn't actually have that many R&D points to do anything. So obviously this is where us having the reduced amount of bonuses, R&D points, cash just in general is massively affecting us. As you can see, yeah, we haven't got much R&D points at all. And as you can see here as well, we haven't got much cash. So we can't actually buy any facility upgrades either. So yeah, this has been a bit tricky after the first race. We can't really do much. And then on top of that, we also got, the rear wing main plane failed. So we're going to have to redo that, which means not only is that going to waste more time, but also it's going to cost us 262 R&D points as well, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth really, but it is what it is, it happens. And that should hopefully come before Monaco. But then we had another department event, and this time it was someone getting caught up in a Twitter storm, or whatever they call it, tweet storm, that's it. And we had to decide whether we fire them or apologise on behalf of them. I decided to keep the morale high and apologised because I just think right now we haven't got much money. I just want to keep everyone nice and close together. And they didn't say anything offensive apparently, so that's fine. If it was anything really bad, they would be out the door. Don't worry guys. Upgrades. So we did get that completed eventually, which is good news. And then immediately we went to upgrade the rear wing outer strakes as well, because we had a bit of a discount on that, and we are just going to save as much money as possible at this point. So we're just going to try and do it and see if that comes through. And then we did eventually get 1.5 million, and we basically decided to spend that on resource points generation from the durability factory, because we really need as many R&D points as possible, because our car is not great at the moment. And then also before we head out to the track, we're just going to look quickly at the performance index, and as you can see, everyone has improved a lot more than we have, and we are now the third worst car. Getting out of Q1 is going to be that little bit more tricky now, but hey, if we can get out of Q1, that would be a result for us. And here we are straight into practice, and yeah, it wasn't very good. Straight away I could tell that we were going to be in for a difficult weekend, as we couldn't even get purple on the race strategy program, and that's normally something I can do relatively easy, that one. And that is the final results at the end of FP1, and we are, half a second off our teammate PK, both on the medium tyres, so there's no tyre compound difference. But yeah, that's not great. I would like to have been a lot closer to him than that, and that's just in practice as well. So yeah, it's not looking great at the moment. And we went straight into qualifying after that, and this was our first flying lap. So yeah, Monaco, pretty tricky track for, well, I don't know if it's any easier for wheel players. I'm assuming it is because they have more control, but on a controller with this New Year's handling system being quite understeery, it is a bit of a nightmare. As you can see, I've gone way wide there, going into Casino Square as well. And yeah, the car, I don't know, the setup I've got is linked in the description as well. It's one of TRL Limitless's one. It's supposed to be quite stable, because some of the other ones I tried to use from time trial, they just did not grip. They were so oversteery that I just could not handle it. And if I did get a good lap in, the next lap just was so inconsistent that I just thought I can't really do that. So I've gone for more of a stable setup, but I just can't quite get the pace. Also with it being strict corner cutting, any slight corner cut on the chicanes or even around the swimming pool, and you get a warning, and that's obviously going to give us a penalty in the race. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult. I'm constantly like banging the walls as well, so yeah, it was tricky. And look, missed the apex there as well, so just sliding wide, and even there on the final corner. So this has been an awful lap, and we are going to come, I don't actually know, that's 111. That is really slow. So yeah, not very happy with that at all. And into the pits we come, and some team radio. Yeah, no, that was not very good at all. Yeah, I think we might be in for a bit of a tough session. And yeah, that is pretty much the understatement of the century, because as you can see, we are well off the pace. We were so far, in fact, that I was a bit annoyed that I just wanted to go out and just try and get another lap in and see what we could do. And here we are going into the chicane, coming out of the tunnel, and we've actually cut the corner a little bit, and that's ruined that whole lap, so it's been invalidated. But we were about 0.7 of a second up, so that is quite a frustrating scenario that we found ourselves in. So again, still right at the bottom with a terrible lap. We are, what, 0.8 of a second or 0.6 of a second off Mazepin, which is just a bit embarrassing, really. And our teammate is actually doing all right there. As you can see, he's 15th currently and is nearly 1.5 seconds quicker than us. So we've got a lot of time to find. And here we are going out for our final flying lap this time. And yeah, just when you thought things couldn't go much worse, we're literally just going through, checking that we're going to, ERS deployment and all that, just turn it off for the first lap, and we get hit with the DRS failure. Well, that is not ideal. Well, we're pretty much not going to go any quicker now, are we? So yeah, literally just confirmation there, we have no DRS. So whatever we do in this lap is not going to be the best lap by far, because we aren't going to get that little bit of boost on the straights, though there aren't many of them, to be fair. Yeah, we're currently up 0.7 of a second, and we haven't messed it up so far. And going through the swimming pool, that's all right. Don't get too close to the wall, that's fine. Up 0.8, gone in way too deep. Oh, actually taking the front wing off, that is really not good at all. And we're only up like 0.4 now, so this is going to be us last on the back of the grid. Oh, we hit the wing on the last corner, how annoying. So yeah, confirmation there, look, we are rock bottom last. Only 0.1 off Mazepin, if that is even something to be positive about, I don't know. But one good thing, Pedro PK did get through. So that means the car isn't as bad as I thought it was, but we are a second off his pace. So this is going to be one tough weekend.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Vettel and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Ocon, Raikkonen, Piquet, Mick Schumacher and George Russell, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Mazepin and Wang. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So Wang at the back of the grid at Monaco, possibly the worst place to be, but hey, we've been so bad all weekend. Hopefully you can have a bit of a better race and just make something out of nothing. And strategy-wise, I've decided to go very bold. We are going to go for a 2-stop around Monaco, which probably is the worst idea, but hey, it's bad qualifying, try and do something. So we're going to start on the softs. Hopefully we can get ahead of some people, maybe get some clear air, and then we might be able to actually gain on some people that are being held up. I don't know really, but we're just going to try and do something different, and hopefully we can not finish last. That is the aim, I think. But yeah, really, I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's go racing at the Monaco Grand Prix. All right, so here we are at the back of the grid. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, engine revved, and away we go. We get such a good traction with these soft tyres. We've already got past Mazepin. Oh, nearly went to the side, or the back of Latifi rather. We're going to take it easy. No, we're not. We're going to go around the outside of, I think that was Giovinazzi and Russell. Although there's a bit of argy-bargy, and they're back through. And yeah, currently we have made 2 positions already because we're on the soft tyre. So I'm kind of feeling like a genius at the moment, although this might come back to bite us on the butt later on. We're going to send one right up the inside there because they seem to leave that open. And that is another 1, possibly 2 if Russell lets us go through. That is 2 positions gained. So that currently is absolutely perfect for us, as we are now behind, I think that is Mick Schumacher in front. And yeah, going into the tunnel for the first time. We'll see if we can do anything, as we had a big moment there, squirming all over the place. And that has allowed Russell to come all over to the back of us. I don't think he's going to go for it, and we have just about got through the first chicane. We very nearly took our front wing off, and Schumacher's already a second ahead of us, as we have another bit of oversteer there as well. So we are really struggling. This car setup with this car is just not working. I could not find anything that worked, but this was the best one. And we are going to finish lap 1, basically, come around the last corner now, use a bit of ERS, and we're going to finish lap 1 in P18, which is not a bad result at all. And lap 2 now, still behind Schumacher, going into the tunnel. And I'm not sure what we're going to do here. Are we close enough to go for a move? Or we just think about it? We got in his mirrors a little bit just to make him think they were going for a move. But I think that was way too far back to try anything. And yeah, we don't really want to get in any tangles early on, or at all around Monaco, as there is a green flag. What's that for? So someone's going slow. That is Sainz up ahead. Whoa! He is smoking like a chimney. That is a big engine failure. As Schumacher nearly went to the side of him as well, but that is not good. That is Carlos Sainz out on lap 3, I believe, which is not good news for him at all. Anyway, let's go and have a look and see exactly what happened. So here we are, going into Saint-Devote, turn 1, and I think the engine's cut out already, isn't it? Yeah, it has. So he's smoking all the way up the hill. And then obviously, yeah, look, he's blocking our teammate here, and he's literally doing a smoke screen. And that is not good. That is really unfortunate. But yeah, Schumacher was very close to going into the side of him there. I'm not sure what actually happened there, but yeah, that is Carlos Sainz out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. And we rejoin the action on the same lap, and we are right behind Schumacher again. This time we are much closer than we were the lap before. Are we going to go for it? We've got softer tyres, we'll have more grip. We are going to send one up the inside. That was a big boy move, and that has worked out somehow.
Oh jeez, that was the biggest boy lunge I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that was a big boy lunge. I don't know how we pulled that off, but somehow we did. And we are now chasing down. Oh, we've got a track limits, which is not good. What's that, lap 4? And we've already got our first track limits. As, oh, that is, who's that? That is one of the Hasses. And that is actually Schumacher, who's changing his front wing. So somewhere he's picked up damage. I don't think we hit him, but we might have done. As he's coming out of the pits now, we will go and have a look and see what actually happened. So this is behind Sainz, so he was very close to Sainz. Yeah, so he did hit Sainz. So maybe that's why, when we got past him here, that was a bit easier for us. So we definitely didn't touch him, which is good news. I was a bit worried about that, but no, clean pass on Schumacher. But yeah, so he is going to be last and some way back as well. So yeah, that's unlucky for Schumacher there. As something has popped up there. Why has that popped up? Doesn't look like we got any damage. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. What is going on here? Coming out of the tunnel, and now we're on lap 5, and it's popped up again. Oh, that's right, yeah. So it's actually the Tyre Wear. For some reason, it's this new, with the new update that came out this week, 1.06. That pops up these Tyre Wear every time you get like to 20 or 40% or something, which is quite annoying. As we are coming in to take the softs off because they are wearing out, and yeah, we are going to put on the mediums, and away we go. And I think we are actually racing Schumacher here, as we are coming out, and we are ahead of Schumacher. So yeah, we are P20
We're trailing our
and
teammate
11
by
seconds behind
20.4
the other Haas of
seconds.
Nikita Mazepin. So yeah, hopefully we can catch up to him relatively quickly, and then try and get past. It's pretty difficult around here, but we do need to make overtakes really for this strategy to work, which we didn't really think about before we went ahead and did this strategy. As there is someone coming to pits going down. That is Gasly, I think. So he's coming on.
Some
And
information
Lando
on
Norris is
They're
also out of the
retiring
session
from
as
the
well.
race.
So let's go and have a look and see what was going on with Lando there. Why is he out? So here we are, going into Casino Square. Oh, and he's done exactly the same as Carlos. Well, out of their control, but that is another engine failure, this time for the McLaren-powered Mercedes. Mercedes-powered McLaren, sorry. And that is Lando Norris's race over. And yeah, here we are, just about to go past Lando. And yeah, so the two friends in F1, Sainz and Norris, are both out, unfortunately, at Monaco. Yeah, as we are still behind Gasly, we're going to try and go around the outside of Gasly here. I don't think that's going to work. We haven't got the grip to do that, really. And he's been held up by Mazepin. So, yeah, we need to get past, and Gasly needs to get past here to make our strategies work, because I'm not sure if Gasly's going to stop again. But if he does, that means we could be racing Pierre Gasly, who I think was near the points as well. So maybe this strategy is not too bad. As we're going into the tunnel again, this time Gasly is very close to Mazepin. Is he going to send one up the inside? Looks like he is. And, oh, that's tight. That is really close. Oh, as we actually hit the back of Mazepin there, but Gasly has squeezed his way through. And now we need to get past Mazepin, really, because we want to stay with Gasly. Because we are racing Gasly, I think, currently. And yeah, if we are to get ahead of Mazepin throughout the race, we need to get past. Trying to go around the outside there, that is not going to work again. We just don't have the grip. And again, we are being held up a lot. You can see Gasly just pulling away in front, so we need to try and make it work here. We're going to try and go up the inside, I think. No, we backed out of it sensibly. I don't think that was going to work. So yeah, this is costing us a lot of time now. And on to lap 18, still behind Mazepin. Oh, we're going to go up the inside, put under a lot of pressure there, as he actually did lock up a little bit, but still cannot get past. This is why Monaco is, well, great at the same time as really frustrating to race against, because you can't overtake. Although you have to have your wits about you, because you can't put it into a wall either. So it is a fine balancing act, and currently it's not really working for us. As we're going to try again. Whoa! Big kick of oversteer as we came out of there. Going to be way too far back this time. Whoa! Under the braking, we caught up loads. That was incredible. How did we do that?
I was not expecting to go for that move, but we will happily take that.
We will happily take that. I have no idea how we did that. That was from so far back. And we got a bad exit as well. So how on earth we made that work, I have no idea. As we have cheesed that massively. That was really bad, Jumbo. So yeah, well, that's another track warning. I think that's 2 now. And we're about halfway through the race. So this isn't good. We need to be very careful to not pick up another track limit, as we're going to get a penalty. As we've got another warning there, which is quite annoying. They pop up all the time about the tyres, and that is 20% on the tyres, I think. As, oh no, we literally picked up another time penalty.
No, that's harsh, man. Ah, that's so annoying. That's not even where I thought I would get a time penalty.
No, that's quite an unusual place to get a time penalty. And that is 3 seconds that will be added to our time. So that's kind of, as we nearly took out Raikkonen, who's coming out the pits there. Yeah, that's kind of ruined our race a little bit. As Gasly is still being held up by Latifi here. And we really need to get past Gasly and Latifi. Oh, it's Latifi's coming in. So now we need to kind of stick with Gasly and see if we can pass him on the track. Which isn't going to be easy, because that, I was going to say Toro Rosso, not Toro Rosso, was it? AlphaTauri is probably a lot quicker than our JRT Arrows car. And yeah, as you can see, the next lap, he's over 2 seconds ahead of us already. So his pace is ridiculous compared to ours. There's no way we're going to be able to stick with him. And here we are coming into the pits, I believe, on lap 23. Yeah, so into the pits we go. And yeah, a bit of team radio, because we were not very happy with this.
Right, so this is where we're going to actually be now. I assume we're going to be around Latifi.
So yeah, we're not very happy, because we assume we're going to be around Latifi, who was holding us up before. And away we go. And that is Latifi going past there. And I think that's Mazepin that's just gone past there. And that is also Schumacher that's gone past us there. As we are just rejoining the track now, and we have come out effectively last, which is possibly the worst case scenario for us, because we now need to overtake these cars on track, which has been very difficult to do throughout the race already. So yeah, not looking forward to this, as we need to go straight into the back of Mick Schumacher and Team Radio.
I have no idea how we're going to get past these lot. I don't think they're quicker than us, but you just can't pass.
Yeah, so just reiterating what I've been saying, really, you literally cannot pass at Monaco. You used to be able to do the one which Thierry Mardu used to do around the outside on the second to last corner. I forgot what that's called now. But I cannot do that in this car with this amount of grip. I just don't have the grip to do that. And yeah, just struggling all weekend with this. But I do think we are quicker than these Haas cars. So we definitely could finish well, 19th, 18th maybe, but we've also got that time penalty, which I think is going to hinder us as well, as we are getting very close to the back of Schumacher now. See if we can do anything. This is the corner I was talking about, where you can normally go quite wide and around the outside there, but not quite happening at the moment, as we're not really close enough. And every time we get half close, we then make a mistake and then lose all the time. So we are now on lap 31, and as you can see, the next lap basically, and we've already caught up to the back of them, so our pace is much better. And the aerial shot is pretty cool to see, going through swimming pool, out of swimming pool, in towards the last couple of corners. And yeah, you can see there, that's Mazepin and Schumacher directly ahead of us. So we definitely have pace now, we're quicker than these. And going into the hairpin, we also then get the blue flag warning. So we have got, I think that's third place, Max Verstappen behind us. So we just decide to get out of the way as early as possible. Don't really have blue flags before, so, well, I haven't really had a blue flag before, so I have no idea if that's a good place to do it or not. And we're just going to try and follow him through and see if we can sneak past the Hasses this way. But yeah, probably not going to be that easy to follow Verstappen, and it wasn't, as we get another tyre warning, I believe. And yeah, what's this now? Lap 35, trying to go around the outside, as that's the move you used to be able to make, but it's not really working at the moment. But this time we have got DRS and ERS open, as Schumacher has got DRS. We're going to try sending up the inside, are we? That's going to be brave. No contact, and I think we are through. What a move again.
Yes. Yes, eventually.
And I think that is just pure relief that we have got past Schumacher there, because we have been so much faster than him for the last like 10 laps. And onto our last lap, because we have been lapped, as Lewis has won the race, as Mazepin locks up, trying to get past Mazepin here. If we can just do something, but obviously we're going to basically come last because Schumacher is within a second behind us, and we need to be 3 seconds ahead of him. So effectively, we're going to come last, which is not ideal, as that's the one thing I didn't want to happen as we cross the line.
Ah, that was unlucky. That was a tough weekend.
That was a very tough weekend, and Esteban Ocon gets driver of the day. And there is Lewis atop of the podium with his new trophy, and who else was on there? Bottas, and that's Max Verstappen. So the usual podium basically, although it hasn't been like that this year. Bottas hasn't really been anywhere, but that is the former usual podium. And there you go, so Lewis from Valtteri from Max, then Ricciardo and Sergio, Leclerc, then the two Astons in 7th and 8th, and then what's that, the two Alpines in Ocon and Alonso round out the top 10. So that is pretty good as well. Look at that, Pedro Piquet 14th. What a result for us in terms of our teammate. And we have come 19th. So I'm not sure if that's another bug in this game, but we should come last because Schumacher was well within a second. So yeah, somehow we've come 19th, but overall that was just possibly the worst weekend I think I've ever had on an F1 game. Yeah, just really wasn't very good. Sorry about that. Anyway, looking at the standings, we have Lewis at the top with Max only 3 points behind him. And then in the standings, Mercedes atop with Red Bull second, and we are 9th. And that is going to wrap up this one, and I will see you guys in the next episode.